admit it. We've all had this exact problem before. Brain fog. When you're trying to create something and it keeps stopping you. Sometimes, it's a wall. You're on a roll, and in a flow state. You're accelerating and speeding, then you get hit. You run right into that wall. The ideas stop, the brain becomes a blank sheet of paper, and that's it. Other times, it's worse. Instead of starting, your engine just sputters out incoherent noise that's utterly useless. Your canvas remains empty. Now that was a dramatic intro, but it's fitting considering the horror that is known as brain fog. It's when you try and work when your brain just wants to sleep and power down. Lucky for you, I'm going to explain both the problem and a solution. With brain fog, you can't focus, think straight, or recall memories. As a result, you can't think on your feet as quickly. In the end of it all, you're stuck not knowing what to do next and desperately clawing for results. The causes range from stress, insomnia, and your diet, all the way to medical conditions such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, and depression. But don't worry, there is a way to clear brain fog. Before I go on, I just want to point out that if you do have any medical condition like some of the ones I mentioned before, I strongly urge that you seek professional advice. I know I'm your favorite YouTuber, but you can't rely on YouTube for everything. So without further ado, some tips to clear brain fog. 1. Find the source of your brain fog. If you can get to the stressor that's giving you a hard time, you can stop everything at the roots. Now, this is easier said than done, and it could take some time with this one. 2. Get some sleep. Many people recommend around 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Go to sleep at around 9 to 10 p.m. and wake up whenever your day starts. If your day starts ridiculously early, like 4 a.m., then sleep earlier. Constant sleep deprivation can give you some real nasty side effects. I'll leave a link to a video that explains those nasty side effects of sleep deprivation down in the description below. 3. Do at least 30 minutes to an hour of an activity that you enjoy. It could be yoga, reading a book, or even playing a video game. But just don't overdo it to the point where you're procrastinating. Now that you know about brain fog, allow me to introduce to you its exact opposite. The flow state. When you're doing an activity and you fall into the rhythm of it, you enter something called the flow state. This is when your brain shuts off non-critical function and just works. For example, when writing a YouTube video like this one, once I get started on the first paragraph, I get into a rhythm of typing and I can't stop until I've finished the script. Everyone's experienced flow state before, and it doesn't just apply to desk work or office work. It can apply to literally any task. Cycling, homework, reading, writing, folding your laundry, playing instruments, playing a video game. They're all activities in which people can end up in a flow state. But how do you activate your flow state? How do you go from being surrounded by brain fog to an innovative thinking machine? Well, for that, you have to trigger your flow state. One recommendation is to have some type of balance between the challenge you're facing and the skills you have to overcome it. If the challenge is too hard, you walk away. If the challenge is too easy, you get bored and walk away. Another trigger for entering this flow state is something called novelty, which is when you go someplace new to work on your homework, or read a book, or whatever task you may have. The idea here is that by being somewhere different, you're going to shake up what you're normally used to. In the process, you'll end up working more efficiently. The reason such triggers work is that they make the brain release dopamine. And when there's more dopamine in the system, then you'll have a higher efficiency when working. I'll leave a more detailed video about the flow state down in the description below. I hope this video was valuable insight into the concepts known as brain fog and flow state. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends and family. Be safe, everyone, and remember, keep learning.